And maybe we'll hear from Mam Angie would say, what exactly is her plan? Because you can't kill every single South African, because majority of us are tired of illegal immigrants. If they want to kill all of us, then they must go ahead and kill us. But we'll die fighting for the future of this country. Because I cannot imagine any of our children having to confront Nigerians and being bossed around by Somalian children. We already have to put up with so much of that. Currently, we're sitting with so many cases of young girls that have been raped and molested by these Somalians and Ethiopians. And they claim it's because they helped us with apartheid. We've paid our dues now. It's time that everyone goes home. And the National Imbizo, well, we're currently still in talks with some government entities because...
So there's an intel that says that Cyril is planning on unleashing soldiers ka di 30 June against South Africans. President, you are making a big mistake. If this video happens to reach you, I'm sure you want to reconsider that. Yes, you have succeeded in killing the 44 miners in Marikana. You have succeeded in executing and killing Bomambush in Marikana. But I tell you what, you are not going to unleash the soldiers to kill the entire country. We are tired. Let this message reach you. We are tired. African National Congress, Democratic Alliance, and the EFF, guys, your time is up. And I'm so happy that all these things are happening before the elections. I want to see something. I want to see if indeed, Cyril, you are going to order the soldiers against the citizens of this country in protection of undocumented illegal foreigners. If you can hear the message all over South Africa, we're not saying foreigners must go. We are simply saying undocumented foreigners must go home to fix their country. And this is enshrined in the very same law that you, Cyril, was part of when it was made, when it was written. When the Immigration Act also was constituted, you were part of it. Today you are the one who wants to go against what you have written. You are the one who taught us these laws. So as the president and the current sitting president, you must execute exactly what the law says. To the EFF president, Julius Malema, my brother, you have lost it. You have lost it. I don't know what's going on with you now. I don't know. Sometimes I look at you and I think maybe you are on drugs or something. If you are not on drugs, I don't know who are your handlers that they are dealing with you this much and you are trying so hard to please them. Whereas even the very same Nigerians, some of them, they are even telling you are wrong. We don't need your help in regard to that. It's wrong what is happening. A wrong will remain a wrong. You are the one who would always fight the ANC government in parliament that the fact that they support a sitting president when he does something wrong on the motions of no confidence and they still vote for him doesn't mean that they are right. If the president has violated the law and they are supporting him in majority, does not make them right. Equally, you are the one now today who knows very well that undocumented people who are in South Africa, whether they are hungry or not, we are equally hungry, we are equally jobless. It does not make it right that they are here in the country. And you want to advocate. That's why they call you a flip-flopper. You're not a flip-flopper by mistake. You need to sit down with yourself and do an introspection, my guy. You have lost it. Your party has lost it. Your people, they don't even know what to defend anymore. I was part of the EFF. I once voted for you. I once chaired a branch I was once in the SRC at the University of Limpopo under the EFF Student Command. But I tell you what, you have lost it. You really have lost it. And some of us, we regret, because there are other people that we have lured them into joining the EFF and we left them there. So it is our duty to go and fetch them, because taking accountability is one of the good skills when it comes to leadership. We realize we made a mistake, we refrain from it. But my president, Cyril, you can't be, or you cannot want to try and do Marikana 2.0 on us. Try it this time around. It's okay, prepare your coffins and come and kill us, but we will go on with it. To the soldiers, my message is this: try to look at what President of Burkina Faso is doing. That man is a soldier, by the way. It was a coup when they took over government. Why are you not even doing the same? Please do not allow the president to use you as pawns. Do not allow him to use you as brainless, useless people. You've got brains. You've got eyes and ears. You can think. And logically, so you can see what is wrong and what is right. You can differentiate between the two. Do not allow the president of the state, just because he's the commander-in-chief, to misuse you like that, like you are some tools and resources, killing machinery to come and destroy your fellow South Africans. You can't be doing that. You cannot. These people have taken over South Africa for the longest of time. They've got their own bilateral relations, which are secrets, which they know how they benefit. And the pressure now is on them. That's why they want to deploy you as soldiers to come and assassinate us. I want to give this message to say, soldiers, if they deploy you, get deployed, but get there and assist South Africans to get rid of illegal or undocumented foreign nationals from our country. I know you are people with brains. I know you think, and I know you see what is happening. You cannot allow yourselves to be used like that. And I know you are going to do the right thing. South Africans, in particular the youth, now this is our time. Yes, there was time of the youth of 1976. Let now be the time for the youth of 2026. Oh yes, this is our time to rise up. This is our time to stand up and defend this country. There are casualties, and there will be casualties. There will be those who will die. But if they die in bravery like the youth and the likes of Solomon Kalushi Mahlangu, you will be a hero even today. However, we cannot just sit back and look. When our president, when the ANC, when the DA and the EFF wants to destroy the country like that. Malema has seen all the videos of all these Nigerians who are selling drugs to our children. But he still comes back and say, yeah, no, this is tribalism and stuff. There's nothing like that. I'm a petty man, and I stand 110% behind the narrative that Abasipili. Let the undocumented foreign nationals go home and fix their countries. The Constitutional Court has ruled that even those who are applying or reapplying for their asylums, they must do that from their countries while they are in their respective countries. Why do we want to act against the Concord? Why do we want to act like we're above the law? Who is Julius Malema? My brother, your time is up. You are nothing. You are just a loud mouth, and there's nothing you're going to do. You want to sow divisions between South Africans. You won't win. You are speaking of tribe. This has got nothing to do with tribe. It has got everything to do with nationality. It has got everything to do with citizenship. South Africa is a sovereign state. Allow it to be respected like that. What's so difficult about you to understand that, Julius? Wa re lapisha wena mona bile nke ba o tswere mtlhomongo o dushika kwa tronkong batla go ntsha mola le reng everything e fedile. Stop sowing divisions between South Africans. You're not going to win. This time around, your time is up, my brother. Forget. You let the vote or not, and vote la get the minions. South Africans culture. Yeah, bona baba di document but kuhuman in the ID kam kunyata. They will vote for you if they are allowed to vote. And your minions who are singing for Sapa, who are worshipping you, who want to behave like they are brainless, they can't think. Whatever you do, you say, they will follow. Some of us who are not partisans, some of us will vote on rational choice. What is being brought on the table? So this time, this has got nothing to do with politics or you politicians. All of you are just liars. This is civilians, this is South Africans claiming they are South Africa. Abahambe.
Bafethu ngizwile lo mbiko lo. Ayangazi how true it is, but I hope it is true. Ngoba nje yabo lo minister wamasosha lo ziningabe izinto afana ngabe uyayilungisa akayilungisi. Uyayibona? Kuthiwa lana bafethu into ezokwenzeka ngomhla ka-30 beze bazi ukuthi abantu abazobe beparticipate ngomhla ka-30 ayi bayofa induku ziyokhala kuyokhala ngisho emzini abazali kumele bekhuza ingane zabo ngoba lento abayiplanile for ama-foreigner ayi bayibheke ngamehla abovu ngoba balindele nje okunyakazayo bathi nje kuyokhalwa ngempela. So bafethu, it's official. Truthfully, we are at war with our very own people ngenxa yabantu esingabazi mhlawumbe abayiboshwa ngisho I know mhlawumbe most yababanye bayiboshwe emazweni abo. Uyabona? So mina lami lithi lo mama lo ophethe ama-social akahamba okhetha ubhontshisi. Akakhetha ubhontshisi apheka iy'nkobe lapha abuyise ingqondo ngoba lento abazama ukuyenza ngeke sijikise. La masosha akhe vele already siyazi ukuthi eCape Town bawadeployile ukuthi ayovala lolu dlame olenzakala labantu ababulalanayo kuze kube manje lolu dlame alungakapheli. So bona mebecabanga ukuthi ngempela khona into abazoyenza abacabange again because njengamanje there's no turning back. Kulate manje. So babhanqa konke namasosha kwasana. Uyabona? Ngoba mina ngisasho namanje agqugquzelwanga udlame. Kade lento icelwa ukuthi abantu behambe in peace. Kade hayi manje. Benganakiwe, bengakhulunywa, bengashiwo lutho. Bekufana ukuthi siyayintulela nje siyahlanya. Sekuyaba manje sekune date abantu sebekhombisile ukukhathala nokudinwa kwabo ama-foreigner avezical asho kanye akhale kanye njengoba ubona sekukhulunywa zokuthi kuzokhishwa amasosha-ke manje azogada. Mekhuluma wona noma khalaza wona ayezwakala, mekhalaza sinawo ezwakala. La masosha lawa afana ngabe wona akhishelwa thina exoshe bonke labantu asiza amaphoyisa. Kulamagroup amaningi ama-law enforcements la eMzansi angabe yahlangana kukhishwe bonke labantu laba aba-illegal behambe bemakubo abakwenzi lokho. Kodwa ngoba sekukhulunywa indaba yokuthi manje thina sifuna ukuyithathela iy'nqumo ezandleni zethu ezumhla ka-30 kuyale sekuyaqala-ke sikhishwa amasosha kanje. Aqala ukwenzeka kanjalo lento bafethu. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi no-Ramaphosa basimbela amathuna siphila nge-COVID besikhishelwa amasosha. Amasosha ave phuma-ke makuthiwa izinto ey'dila nabantu bala eMzansi. Which brings a question ukuthi la sisezweni lethu elikhululekile lokuphila noma siziboshwa la. Ngempela kumele siyibuze lo mbuzo ekugcineni kosuku. Ngoba abantu bokufika bona bezwakala kangcono futhi baphatheka kangcono ukudlula thina abantu bala. Ngaziyozala nkomo.
Yesterday, March and March walked out of a meeting convened by government officials to address the illegal foreigners issue. I'm sure that will be what the headlines look like. But until you watch these two media briefings, the one that was done by the Minister Kupai on behalf of e-Justice, Crime Prevention and a Security Cluster, on behalf of government, of course, and the other one done by Jacinta on behalf of March and March. You will realize that March and March again is on the upper hand, and they are justified and they are right, they are correct for what they did to walk out of that meeting. Why do I say that? Before we go to what March and March says, let's go and listen to Minister Kupai alone. Her media briefing, which took over an hour, her briefing was only 10 minutes. On her 10 minutes, she was telling South Africans what was discussed on the meeting and what were the resolutions. Guess what? 3 things were discussed and the resolution is this. Number one, what was discussed was the reason why the meeting was convened as an urgent matter, because marches are now spreading across the country and in other different provinces. She says it wasn't a problem when these marches are in KZN or they're in Durban, because that is upon KZN government to deal with it. They have no problem, they've got no issues. So now that the marches are now spreading across the country, now they are deciding to stand up. Now, that is a first red flag. They are not standing up because there is an issue, a pending issue of an influx of illegal foreigners in our country being invaded. So for them, that's not an issue. An issue is the marches. Secondly, the point that they're raising is that they are going to involve the military. That is why Minister of SNDF was there, so that they can tell the marchers that now, guys, we are deciding to bring lethal force against you. Now, that was part of this discussion of the meeting, to say we are not dealing with the less capacity we have to prevent illegal people in crossing our borders, but will decide to take the resources and point them against you guys. That was second part of the meeting. And the third part of the meeting, which killed me, is the part that says government took much of their time to convince people in the meeting that they are doing their job in deporting illegal foreigners. So she even said she has the data, the numbers of how many people they deport per year. Majority of them are coming from Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique. Basically, they were there to tell them that what you are crying about, it's not our fault. We are doing our job. Hence, March and March walked out. Now, what is their solution? Their solution is they are going to continue doing what they are doing, except just to add on political figures in their operations. Meaning, there will be now ministers, they're going to come and show their faces during this operation so that people can see that they are doing something about it. Of course, it's an election year. This is their opportunity to come and show their faces anyway. So basically, they're not saying there's something new drastically that we're planning to do in resolving this matter or these issues you are crying about, but we're going to do a PR exercise. March and March walked out. Jacinta comes in the media briefing and clearly states that the reason why they walked out is because they realized during the meeting that no, these people are not serious. They are not planning to resolve this matter. This is just a tick box exercise where they are coming so that they can report back to say, we have called these people, we have spoken to them, they don't want to listen, that is why we are shooting at them. March and March, we are behind you. You are correct. You had to walk out of that meeting. That was a fruitless exercise, waste of time, waste of expenditure. In fact, it should be categorized as a wasteful expenditure, that meeting. Siyaqhubeka-ke sozwa ngomangobe sesizuma no Phakela Umthakathi ukuthi
Mzansi, welcome to Mgosa Mzansi. Kunema lethu Ramaphosa. He wants to deploy masoja mhla ka-30 June. Siyakuse mhla ka-30 June ilanga lemncamla juqu ukuthi wonke ama-foreigners aphuma phela South African. People will be marching bagqwele itradi. And people are saying, if this is true, oh my God, he's making a big mistake. People are saying, Ramaphosa, you'll be making the biggest mistake of your life. And Dr. Jacinta, if Ramaphosa afuna delete sonke as my South Africans who will be marching, chasing away foreigners because it's cartel, then akasibulali oh. But in general, he must just go ahead and deploy la what delete ma South Africa and protect my illegal immigrants la gqwelela South Africa la destroyer in South Africa. Do comment your thoughts down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. I'm signing out. Goodbye.